What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video. So today we are finally replacing the battery on the S4. It has been kind of annoying to come out to the car after it's been sitting for a week or so to take it out on a nice weekend like today, and the battery doesn't start and the car just cranks. Or actually, just kidding, doesn't even crank, doesn't even turn on. So today we're going to be replacing the battery. I have it here in Interstate and it's an H8. This is what I was recommended to buy. I had two options, an H7 or an H8. I was told this is going to be the better one. It's going to be able to handle the air system as well as the extra amplifier that I have inside the car. So this is going to be the number for this one. And again, it is a 49H8. So let's get started on the install. Now first, whoa, careful. Let's see if the car starts. Oh my gosh, barely wanted to start there. So the first thing you're gonna want to do is make sure you're removing all these stuff in the back of your trunk. I have a sub, I got a box of parts and extra air lines, and then the full air setup here. My janky air setup with just a wooden wheel, and the battery's gonna be under there. So normally you'll have like a flat flooring for the trunk, and then you'll have your spare tire and your tools. So I'll remove all that stuff. So kind of a pain because I had my right air line going to the right rear was pretty tight, and it wouldn't let me move the whole setup kind of out of the way enough to get to the battery. So I just had to basically jack the car up on the right rear, take all the air out of it, that way I could disconnect this line. So now that I got this out of the way, you're going to want to access the bracket bolts for where the spare tire sits on. So these are, looks like they're going to be 13s. In case you're wondering, this is where I'm at. So it's kind of difficult because the ECU or whatever this thing is back here, but this like cover wouldn't come out. So now I'm super exposed, lying back here, getting these other two bolts for this bracket, which are kind of a pain to get to, only because of my air setup. Normally this wouldn't be this hard, but last bolt. So now we can take that bracket off.
You got it.
So now you're going to be taking a 10 mil and removing the positive on the battery, the terminal, and then once we can do that, then we can do the negative side, and then we should be able to take the battery off. Alright, last part. These other 13s, which actually would really secure the battery to the bottom. Loosen these guys up. I think this one needs to come out, so we'll just take that out, this little bracket here. Now the battery should be free. Oh yeah, it's heavy. Ooh. Wow, that's heavier than the Interstate. So there they are, side by side. All right, let's throw the new one in. Spin it around. Make sure we don't mix up positive and negative, because that would really suck. This is so much lighter. Now that the battery is back in position, we can start putting everything back in, just in the reverse order. Negative.
No, that's why it just died, because it wasn't connected all the way.
And we have juice. Oh, I have to go back in there. Oh, I guess I should put the battery cover on. This fancy thingy. That covers the negative. That just clips on. Oh, my back hurts. Oh wait, this thingy. This fancy positive terminal cover. Okay, there's that. Now we gotta put the bracket. Oh wait. Move the air system back this way. Don't let it fall. No. Don't try this now. You can back up more. Alright. Now, I think I need the other bracket. The big one down there.
Here.
Thank you. So now that you have this bracket in here, make sure you are putting the screws in first, and then you can put this back on for the ECU. And then you're so close to being done. We're almost there. Now that the back of the battery is fully secured with that bracket, all the bolts are in, the ECU is back in. Now I can move on to the front. So down here are gonna be those last 2 bolts. And then once those are on, you can throw your air setup or your spare tire and all that stuff back on. When you are disconnecting the battery, there is gonna be some stuff that you're gonna have to do, and I will show you that in just a minute. So everything is back together. I've got my box back in there as well as my sub, and secured the system setup thingy back down. So now it's time to recalibrate the Audi itself. So I know that there is 0 PSI in that right rear. All right, so now we got the car started up. Compressor is going. I'm gonna put some air back in this, that way I can lower it back onto the wheel. So we're all done. Super easy replacement on the battery for this car. A little tedious just because I had the air set up in the back, but we're back to normal, and hopefully the car does start next weekend when I go to take it out again. So when you disconnect your battery, whether you're replacing it or you just disconnect it, the auto roll-up windows, that you lose the function of the auto part. So what you have to do is you have to hold the 2 front ones, I think it is, or maybe it's just the driver's side. But I did the 2 front, hold it up there for about 10 seconds, that resets the whole system, and then your auto function will come back. So it is the next day, and since we are working on some smaller things on the Audi right now, I think it might be a good time to also include a cabin air filter. I have not replaced this on the car yet in my ownership, and it's been roughly 25,000 miles. So that's kind of the increment that you want to change your cabin air filter. I have no clue if it's been changed before, and I don't even know what it's going to look like. So let's take it out with some few easy steps, and I can show you guys what I would say maybe like 30,000 miles is done to it, because this car was serviced, and I think around 60 or 70 or so they do replace it at the dealership. So let's find out what it looks like. So on the passenger side of the car, and just a casual GoPro sticker, on the passenger side of the car, you will see 2 or 3 little screws that you can take off with your hand where the foam is, kind of back where the footwell light is up there. So let's remove those. Kind of hard to see, but one is right there. Yep, so this little foam piece just comes out super easy, and then you'll have access to the cover where the actual cabin air filter is. You can see the base of that cover, it's white. The panel actually just slides to the right, pretty easy, and it just pops right off. There it goes up, and that just wants to fall right out. Wow, that's dirty. Let's take this thing out and get it in the light. Oh, it's even heavier than it should be. So you can see this thing is just black. That side's a little cleaner. But yeah, super heavy. Dust and dirt everywhere. So the new one, this thing was only, I choose the man ones just because they're like a pretty good OE replacement. So this is a clean filter. Oh gosh. Clean filter next to a dirty filter. That's crazy. That's like really gross. So not sure how long ago that was changed, but I think I might be doing this a little bit sooner than normal. Maybe like 15 or 20,000 miles. I'll check it out. Since it's so easy to just pull out and look at the condition of it. So there is an orientation in which this has to go up in. The little cut on the edge there goes towards the passenger side, so it's going to slide right up in just like that. And then repeat those steps, put that foam piece and then this screws back in, and then we have fresh air going back into the car. So that is going to be it for today's video. Hope it was informational for you on changing your battery and your cabin air filter. I really hope I do see a difference with that filter, because now that it was dirty I can't even think, remembering like a smell or a feeling to see if it was. So we'll see, not totally sure. But thank you all for watching. I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.